Lock there, baby. Hold on, brother. Give me a second. All right, Shalom, Shalom. We want to start off with the more praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem and Kakwadash. Want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'm Brother Gabar Yahweh.
This is Brother Kahanallah.
Khan, and we two of the three brothers from GMS Hawaii. Me and the brother was talking on the phone earlier, and our conversation inspired us to want to do a quick lesson. And the title of this lesson is "We Are Oppressed on All Sides." I mean, we're oppressed on all sides. Our enemies surround us on every side. Hey, share your screen for Psalms 83.
Okay.
We're oppressed by our enemies on all sides via these different nations. Okay, and hold on. On all sides via these different nations, and we don't have any friends amongst these nations because the Lord didn't set us up to be friends, to be unified, to make a covenant with these nations. We're supposed to be over these nations, okay? But when these nations are over us, they become extremely oppressive, just like they oppress one another. But they really step on the oppression gas when it comes to us. You got it, bro.
Okay. This is the book of Psalms 83 and verse 1. It says, "Keep thou not silent, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power, for lo, thine enemies making tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head."
And these nations, they're the ones that hate the Lord. Well, 2/3 of our people are in a state of hate and rebellion against the Lord. But these nations, they've always hated the Heavenly Father and His Son and His people, because the Lord didn't choose these nations, right? They weren't set up to be a chosen people. So when they have an opportunity, what they do, they create a round table, they get together, and they scheme and plot against Israel and against Israel's God, their power. How about Shema Shai? Go ahead.
Hold on. Yeah. Verse 3, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and have consulted against thy hidden ones."
Right, and we're the hidden ones. We're the Lord's people, right? When you read the scriptures from front to back, from Genesis all the way to Revelation, right? Put the Apocrypha in there too, because it's part of the Bible. When you read the scriptures, the Lord is always talking about His people. The common focus throughout all the prophets was that the Lord was going to deliver His people. At times He would punish His people, but He would always deliver His people, right? It's a promise that the Lord dealt with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to do what? To deliver His people, to choose His people above all people that are upon the face of the earth, right? But there was conditions on that. We had to follow the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. We had to worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and no other God. We broke those conditions of the contract, of the covenant. So what happened? The Lord allowed these nations to overcome us. You had a precept?
This is in the book of Lamentation. You said how these nations, they pretty much since day one, they've been waiting for the downfall of Israel, man. But this is Lamentation 2 and verse 16. It says, "All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it."
So you got it, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, letting you know, like, look, they know what they're doing. We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for, because when these nations were under under captivity under King David, King Solomon. You know, they weren't able to do, you know, all the wickedness that they wanted to, man. You see, so what were they thinking about? Oh, we got to get this nation underneath of us because look at how they oppress us, you know, and ultimately, you know, like the brother mentioned, we went off, we broke the covenant that we had with Yahweh Shem Shai, and ultimately we were put under them as punishment, man. But this is something that the heathens have always wanted, you know, to see us at the bottom, man, because our ways, the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, is not is not pleasant unto their ways, because their ways is the ways of wickedness, man.
That's right. That's right. Can you get Zechariah 7 and 14? I'm sorry. Was it? I'm sorry. Listen, and your Lord will scatter you among the people, and you will be few. Let me see. Hold on, brother. Deuteronomy 4 and 27. Salakia.
Deuteronomy 4 and 27. It says, and the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in numbers among the heathen, whether the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai shall lead you.
Can you read it?
And there shall be, and there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell.
Right, and that's that. If you read this chapter right here, this talks about if we break the Lord's law, if we go against what we agreed with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Shai, that what we were going to be scattered. We were going to be scattered amongst the nations, and we were going to be few in numbers. That's why we're a minority. We call what is called a minority amongst these nations, right? So you'll have like Jake in America. They so-called claim that we 13 or 14% of the population. Then you got the Northern Kingdom. Judah is like Judah, which is the so-called black man. Judah, so-called African American, is like 14% of America's population, right? That's few as considered to the rest of the nation. Which I also did a video, and I found out that a lot of the Edomite numbers in America, they also include they also include North African and some people from the Asia, you know, as white people, they call them Caucasians too, right? Versus calling them Arabs or something else. They put them in there to make it look like the white race is more bigger than any other race in America because they dominate here in this country, right? But you don't have to be large in number to dominate, you know. But all the places we're scattered, we are made few amongst these nations. That's why we call what you call a minority. And that was a curse that the Lord set upon us. It says, and in few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods. You shall serve, there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor eat, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Right? Because that's what these nations worship, right? So we were left without a power when we start going off. And it's crazy because when you read this chapter, this is before Deuteronomy 28 in the 28th chapter. So here it is. The Lord was already prophesying through Moses, like, look, and this is going to happen if you go against my word. You know, you're not going to stay on this land. You're going to be, if you read up like a couple of verses, you'll see it says like go to verse 26 real quick. It says, take heed. Start 23. 23. Yeah, 23.
God, this is Deuteronomy 4 and 23. It says, take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, your power, which he made with you, and make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything which the Lord thy power hath forbidden thee.
So the Lord right there forbade idolatry. You know, straight off the bat, like my man 4X said, off the bat, the Lord forbade idolatry because that was going to lead us to being destroyed because our power is a what? Keep reading.
I was gonna say real quick, like in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, it says that what the 14th chapter that the worshiping of idols is the beginning, the end, and the cause of all evil, man.
Yep.
So that's why the Lord made that the first was the first commandment to love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua above all things, man. So you ain't supposed to follow after no idols because all they bring is wickedness.
Yep.
Verse 24, Deuteronomy 4 and 24. For the Lord Yahweh, thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power.
So so the Heavenly Father don't play. You know, he's jealous. Like even if you because what you're doing is you're sacrificing to something that the Lord created. The Lord didn't create no rock to be no God. He didn't create no piece of wood to be a God. He didn't create a piece of gold to be a God, and silver and whatever you want to create. I was watching a video earlier today, and they had this East Indian, this Elamite. He was walking through some town in East India, and all them niggas do, they sell drugs, man. They're drug dealers and shit, but they got this thing where they worship these gods where like you can't touch the people. It's forbidden for the people to touch outsiders. It's forbidden for the outsiders to touch particular buildings. You know what I'm saying? You'll be fined. You'll be put to death, and they ostracize you. It's like racism over there. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, these people living in a fucking mountain in the middle of nowhere, you know, worshiping idols. But that's what these nations do. We weren't supposed to do after the heathen, right? The Lord didn't give them his laws such as his commandments. Why? Because he ain't dealing with these nations. So there was a great what's the word I want to use? There's a great penalty for idol worshiping, man. And the Lord, it says what? For the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, thy God, thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. Keep reading.
That's right. Yeah, man. Like Jake Salakia, Jake, you know, the Heavenly Father created the Israelites specifically to bring him glory with everything that we did. You know, that's why the Lord put such a special spirit upon Jake, man, whether it be to create art, for music, for anything, man. Jake got a crazy spirit on them that, you know, brings joy to the world, man. Whatever Jake do, we do it better than anybody. And the Lord gave us that spirit so that when we ruled, we were supposed to give him glory and show these heathens like, look, we do this in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Give him glory. But here Jake went off and started giving, you know, that glory to what? To idols, to the creation instead of to the creator, man. Yeah. And hey, that's why the Lord punishes the way he did. Because we pretty much robbing the Lord of his glory, you know? And it's like
I'm sorry.
Salaki, it's like a you know, you mess with a mafia boss and you take of his money, guess what's gonna happen? You're gone. You're fucking gone if you steal from the mafia. Go steal from Esau millions of dollars and see what happens. but people think that the Heavenly Father is just somebody to play around with, man. Like, hell no.
Yeah, he don't play, man. He said, I am a jealous power. He said, he won't give his glory to another, man.
That's right.
That's why Baruch said, give not that which is holy unto another nation, man. You know, which is that credence, reverence, that fear, that worship. You got it, bro.
Deuteronomy 4 and 25, it says, when thou shall beget children, and the children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image, or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Yahweh thy power, to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed.
And that's why where we at today. This is exactly why we're being oppressed on all sides today. That's why we sit and we complain about some of the oppression that we gotta experience around these nations. Because the Lord said we can't remain in that land if we go off into these ways, you know what I'm saying, to provoke the Lord to anger. And this actually happened to us. You know, we utterly perished off the land. It took a process of time and different captivities, but it happened. Okay,
That's right.
So I call the heaven and earth to witness against you this day that ye shall soon utterly perish from the land, from off the land, whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. And sometimes I try to picture this precept like Jake was just so happy that the Lord was dealing with him. They was just Jake don't read the contract, bro. Jake don't.
Yeah.
They just started like, oh yeah, or they'll just agree, like, yeah, you're right. Well, sure, here you hear Moses telling you everything. Like the Lord read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too fine, I mean, it wasn't that small. It was actually right there. But Jake was just so excited, and they just figured, oh yeah, we're gonna teach our kids the ways. They done seen the Lord punish us in the wilderness, punish our people in the wilderness for their unbelief. So they know the Lord is real. They done punish the nations. He punished the Egyptians or Montezaramites. He punished them. So but Jake was still rebellious. They went off into idol worshiping when Moses went up and talked to the Lord for 40 days, 40 nights. You know what I'm saying? So when he came down, they got judged. But Jake was still like, oh, they was, the Lord's still dealing with this, man. Let's agree. But the Lord right here is prophesying, because this is exactly what happened to us. We perished off the land. Whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it, and ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And that's what's going to happen ultimately to these other nations that are on our land. They're about to perish. Why? Because they're not following after the covenants of the Lord. They're not following after the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They're doing what they want to do over there, with a guise of feigned guise of religion and worship. Not telling that they really worship Satan over there. That's what their God is.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Verse 27, it says, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in numbers among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear, nor eat nor smell.
So they keep reading.
Verse 29. but if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai thy power, thou shalt find them, if thou seek him with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
And that's what we're doing right now. You see, so the Lord didn't say we were going to be perpetually destroyed. The ones that were going to sincerely seek after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the elect, right? We were still going to be down here going through the motion, understanding that we're in judgment, being oppressed, catching hell, but we were going to leave off from the idol worship and go back to the Lord with all our heart. You know what I'm saying? Keep on reading.
It says, verse 30, when thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai thy power, and shall be obedient to his voice, for the Lord thy power is a merciful power. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them.
You see? So, and we're in those latter days. That's the caveat. If we turn back to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and especially when we're in trouble, in our tribulation, and it come upon us, even in the latter days. So this is from the beginning. And then now we're here in the latter days, and we're reading this. It's like, oh man, it was all the Lord always left it out for us, man. Like he didn't leave us into a permanent oppressive state. Like, no, he said, turn towards me, man. Look, believe on me. And then he gave us his only begotten son. So not only now it's like, look, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, leaning unto the Lord, right? It will what? The Lord will protect us. He will deliver us, and he will remember his covenant that he made with our fathers. The Lord didn't make a covenant with the fathers of the heathen nations. He did it with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? Says,
That's right.
you got it, bro.
Real quick, Salakia. This is in the book of Second Chronicles, 7 and verse 14. It says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sins, and will heal their land." And this is what, like, the brother's going into, this is what is happening now, man. The scriptures say that that day of the Lord is not going to come until there was a falling away first. But guess what? He was going to raise up the elect, man. And this is how Israel is going to be cleansed. The land, the people, and the land. Because the people got to be cleansed first so that we could be placed in that land, in the Holy Land, and make it, what the Lord intended it for it to be, man. Right now, you see the state of Israel. We were talking about it earlier. It's a desert land, man. It bears no fruit, nothing. But when we get up in there, man, hey, Jerusalem's gonna be like no other place, man. Because that's gonna be where everything is held, all the high holy days. That's where it's gonna be, man. So it's gonna be, man. You can't even put it in words.
He's right. Absolutely.
Back in Salakia.
No, it's all good, brother. It's gonna be beautified again, right? But it's the people, the Lord's people. They have to be there. That's the reason why America was great, because these nations put us in an oppressive state, and they held us down and forced us to do their bidding, right? So that's why this country and other countries around the world, all these different kingdoms, from the Babylonians to the Romans, was great, because they forced the children of Israel into captivity, right? So when we go home and we keep in the laws of the commandments, which we will automatically, when we go home, hey, we're going to be extremely renewed, in the most extreme manner that you can't even fathom. That's how real it is, man. And whereas these nations, they want you to forget, but the Lord won't forget. The Lord, he can't forget. He made this agreement. The Lord is not a man where he should lie. You got it, brother.
That's right. Back in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, it says, and the 30th verse, when thou art in tribulation and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua thy power, and shall be obedient unto his voice, for the Lord thy power is a merciful power. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he swore unto them.
Right, and these nations, they don't have a connection to that, so they don't think about the covenant that the Lord made with our forefathers, because he didn't make it with their fathers, right? And he didn't make them to understand it, but he did it for us. Yeah, it says, I'm sorry. It says, what were you reading at?
30 and 31.
Right. It says, when thou art in verse 31. For the Lord thy power is merciful. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. Absolutely, man. So we aren't going to be destroyed here. We're going to die here, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? Because we remember the Lord now, and we're seeking the Lord, and we understand that the Lord is merciful unto who? Unto Israel, right? He's merciful unto Jacob, all right? Forgiving us, like the tender mercies of David are upon us, man, right?
That's right.
And it says, nor forget. So the Lord said he's not going to forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. The world has forgotten Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about them, but we haven't. We haven't forgotten about. We read about it all the time. We see how the Lord deals with Israel, and how he upholds Israel in his hand. even when he's judging us, he still remember, hey, I made this agreement with your fathers, right? Because he told Abraham, our forefather Abraham, that we were going to be numerous as the stars. We were going to be. You can't count the stars. You can't count the sands of the sea, right? That's a blessing, and that we were going to be a particular people. We in the current state right now, this oppressive state we in right now. This is not who we are, right? We're not black. We're not Latino. We're not Hispanic. We're not Native Americans. We're the Israelites, all right, from the 12 tribes of Israel. And we remember this because the Lord put our spirit on us to remember it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas majority of our people forget. But again, the Most High won't forget. There's a scripture where it says, I have engraved thee on my hand. I'll get it.
Okay. Yeah, and like it says right here that if we turn from our wicked ways and turn to the Lord and be obedient to him, he's gonna forgive us. And this is what the heathens are trying to prevent us from doing, man. This is why, the whole system is pretty much rigged against Israel, man. Because they don't want us to go back to our power. They don't want us to get out of this destroyed mindset that we have, man. Because as long as Israel is down, they could do whatever they want. They could create this world in wickedness where Jake is just oppressed everywhere, no matter what you do. Even if you are part of the in crowd and you sell your soul and become so-called successful in this world, man, you gotta do something that's against your power, that's against your own spirit, man. Jacob there don't feel like genuinely happy. They're just like, damn, like, I had to do this or whatever. Or even when they doing their wickedness, man, they might act like they enjoy it, but the Lord probably torment them in their sleep, man. They wake up like, damn, and they just want to do more drugs and more wickedness to try to forget, what the Lord is doing with their spirit, man, which is pretty much judging them, man. That's why you see these people, always on drugs or medication to sleep or to whatever, man. Because at the end of the day, this is not a rest, man. And no matter what you do, you're never gonna escape the curses. You're never gonna escape, this judgment that we were reading, man. Until you come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's when the Lord unlocks that understanding, and then you start understanding like, oh, this is why the world is this way. This is why, I have to sell out in order to become successful, but it's not worth it. So what you do, if you're part of the elect, hey, you turn back to the Lord and wait on his mercies, man, which is what we're doing,
Absolutely, bro. So this is Isaiah 49:14. But Zion said, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have forsaken me, and my Lord have forgotten me. And now, Jake, you see Jake in that mindset all the time, because you're not prospering in this world. You believe that the Lord has forgotten you, because we live in, we're the most oppressed people on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So Jake don't understand, but the Lord haven't forgotten us. Can a man, Slakia, verse 15, can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. So the Lord he always remembers Jake. He always remembers Israel. Zion to Zion in the Hebrew is monument. He always remembers us. The Lord haven't forgotten us. Thy children shall make haste, thy destroyers, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith the Lord, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. For thy waste in thy desolate places in the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of inhabitants, and they that swallow thee up shall be far away. The children which thou shalt have. No, that was it. I was just reading. But again, the Lord said he didn't forget us. Let me go back to that. Can a woman forget her, verse 15, can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, They may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me, man. Yep. So the Lord, he remembers us, man. He hasn't forgotten us, right? He's always with us, you know. But we have to remember him first and foremost. And the ones that's gonna remember is the elect. You got it, brother.
That's right. I was actually on that same chapter towards the end of it, you know, which I had 20 verse 25 and 26.
I get it.
On that same chapter, Isaiah 49.
This verse 25, Isaiah 49 and 25. But thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children.
That's right, man. And who's that prey and who's the captives? Us. You know, like we mentioned earlier, the reason why these nations boast and in their riches and in all their might and whatever is because they put us under captivity. They had the children of Israel, Judah and the northern kingdom, and they pretty much did whatever they wanted with us, man. And that's why they on top now, and they keep further oppressing us, man. You know. But the Lord is gonna deliver us. He says that He's gonna save our children.
And we are our forefathers.
That's right.
We are those children. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we endure to the end and keep on doing what's commanded of us. Hey, the Lord, He remembered us, man. He's gonna save us. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. And they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
There you go, man. And I don't know if you ever had like a hangover when you drink sweet wine. Man, that's like one of the worst things that ever happened to me. I mean, I don't know if it connects anywhere, but like sweet wine, like since it's so high in sugar, man, you have like a terrible headache the next day. But if you can relate that like a hangover with sweet wine to the destruction that these heathens are gonna have, man, that's probably one of the worst hangovers you could have is with sweet stuff, man. God. So hey, these heathen nations are gonna have to pay for all that oppression, man, that they put upon Jay, you know. Like we were talking about earlier before with the living quarters and whatnot. It's like Jake, we live in like the worst parts of society, man. And even though we live already in like bad conditions and like in shoot, I don't know how to express it, but like it's not the best living conditions. Esau and the heathens, they find more ways to oppress us even further than what we already oppressed, man. So they gotta pay for all of that, man.
Yep. It's Joel 2 and 27. Ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed.
That's right, man. So, and then oh, it's Salagi, brother. You got it.
It's like so the Lord is amongst us, and we ain't gonna be ashamed of our power. You know, the Lord is always with Israel, and ye shall know. The scripture says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. We in a world now where they confuse who the Lord's people are. Just because you live in the land, then you claim history, you claim culture-wise, you claim all of that to yourself, acting like, because man don't know, man is simple on the earth, right? But we know that our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is really dealing with us, okay? And then through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we'll never have to be ashamed. right? Because he's always going to show up for us. You know, you got it, brother.
That's right, man. Um, I had well, I had some articles and some stats on like because we were talking about how Esau, before we opened the lesson though, how the wealth gap and whatnot, and I had these stats, bro, and it's like crazy how look like this one right here. It says white and Asian households have vastly more wealth than other households, and check out where the so-called blacks and Latinos are at, and look at how much more wealth these the Edomites and the so-called Moabites, which this number has to be way higher than this. They
Yeah,
probably not including like the true wealthy Edomites here. This is
yeah,
like the average, household. But like they're like, fuck, that has to be like at least 10x, 15x, you know?
yeah,
And why is that? Because again, they created this system that oppresses Jake, man. The Edomites and the Asian communities, even today, bro. I took my daughter to like a birthday party for her classmate and whatever with my wife,
mm-hmm.
and the girl that was her birthday and whatever, they're like a foreign exchange from Korea,
Mm-hmm.
so they came here for like a month and then they're going back or whatever. And there was an instant where the lady came and she was like, "Oh, your kids are not busy throughout the week and whatever," somewhere along those lines. And then we were like, "Oh yeah, she does some activities or whatever." And then she was just like, "Oh, in Korea, like the kids are like, they got school and they got tutors and they got sports and they got, they actually educate them in a bunch of stuff, which they don't do that with Jake. Why? Because first of all, they don't want Jake to be that smart. And secondly, they make it so fucking expensive for you to be able to provide those things to your kids that the average household that we're going into can't afford that shit, man. So they keep Jake in a low position, man. So, educationally, financially, spiritually, they give us all these things that affect our people most, man. The
Yep.
same thing with the healthcare system. You got all these jump shots that already is proven that it affects the most. It affects Judah and then the so-called Latinos and Native Americans more than any other race, man. So that's a telltale sign that these nations are like after us, bro. Like there's no fucking doubt about it.
Well, not only that. Well, this is one of the curses. Jake
That's right.
thinks if I make enough money in this world that I'm gonna be good. No, like that nigga Juvenile, he was on an airplane and they kicked this nigga out of first class and gave his seat to somebody else, man. And he was offended. He had
To
to go,
some random guy.
yeah, to some random, right? But that's part of the curses. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, right? And in the NLT it says, the foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker, right? And you see that economically they're stronger. I didn't share this, but again, this is the foreigners living among you will become stronger and stronger while you become weaker and weaker. This is in the NLT, Deuteronomy 28:43. The curses are upon us. These J's, these small hats, they're not going through any of this. When you look at the so-called wealth of the so-called white man, they don't put the J's up in there, but it's extremely high, bro. And these nations don't have to flaunt their so-called wealth the way Jake flaunts his poverty pennies. They don't have to do that. These Edomites, they don't go out their way to show you how much they truly have, and they're not going to divulge it either. Because a lot of these wealthy people on paper. Oh, can you go back to that?
Oh, Salaki.
That's all right. A lot of these Edomites that are wealthy on paper they're wealthy, but when you go to their actual bank accounts and shit, they don't own any assets. They don't have, so they're able to pull from the social benefits that are available in the system and still maintain private equity and wealth. We can't do that here in this country, bro.
Con.
We can't do that in this world. And why are we always on our bottom? Because it's the scriptures. The scriptures say it. You got it, brother. I'm sorry.
Con. This is another one that I had looked at real quick. This is supposedly the income varies widely across racial or ethnic groups in the United States. Median household income by race, ethnicity of household head, which again, the where it says white, not Hispanic, they talking about like the low level Edomites, because this is, we know Esau control the world, especially Amalek. But check out how the median of all races is here, and Jake is below the median, bro. So
Yep.
it's like, Jake is living out the curses, and they still don't want to get out of this world, man. Like, you at the bottom of everything, and here you have the prophets preaching you hope, preaching you the good news that the Lord, is gonna forgive us for all the transgressions that we did against Him, which was what put us in these positions. And Jake doesn't want to hear it, man. You see, it's crazy.
It's just real quick. This is the second address 6 and 54. I'm gonna start at 54 in the GNT. Right. It says this. It says more important than all these, second address 6 and 54. This is in the GNT. More important than all of these, you created Adam and you put him in charge of everything that you had made. And all of us, the people you have chosen, are descended from him. Absolutely. So everybody on this earth is descended from the Lord. I'm from the Lord, which is Yahushua. Yahushua is Adam, but we're all the descendants of Adam. These other nations too, but we're the chosen people. It says, "Oh Lord, I have told you all this because you said that you created this first world for the sake of your people. You said that in spite, and not only is this first world created for Israel, but also too, the world to come is created for Israel.
That's
You
right.
said that in spite of their great numbers, all of the other nations which descend from Adam are nothing." You can read about that in Isaiah, I think chapter 40, verse 17. Worth are nothing, worth no more than a drop of water, no more than spit. But now, Lord, those nations that we consider as nothing are ruling over us and destroying us. We are your people. You have called us your firstborn, Israel, my firstborn, your only child, your witness, your loved one. But we have been handed over to the power of these other nations. If this world was really created for the sake of your people, why don't we have possession of it? How much longer must we wait? And Edris, he's naturally frustrated in his spirit because we were going through that back then. Like, this didn't just start overnight, but we're here now where these things are going to come to an end, a culmination, right? We only got to wait a little bit more longer, and then we're out of here. Once that MOTB gets pushed, these nations are going to go down, especially Moab and Seir, right? These
Con.
so-called Chinese and so-called, you can put Ammon in there, Japanese too, and Mount Seir, which is the Edomites. These people, they're going, all these nations are, this chart's going to flip upside down, right? Just put Judah and Ephraim, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Latinos, Native Americans, Simple Indians, put all of them together as one nation, and we're going to be on the top of these nations. And Esau is going to be on the bottom.
Flat.
It's going to be flat. Esau going to be below this. Esau going to be below this straight line right here. He's not even going to be able to be on the map. You know what I'm saying? These nations, they're not going to stand up again. But these heathens that claiming to be us, they're not going through this. You know what I'm saying? And this is just modest. They putting the Asians up there to make you feel like, oh, they're the ones with all the money. No. Esau got everything, bro. Especially everything, bro. Right? And it's some things that money can't buy, bro. And that's what Esau has. You got it, bro.
That's right. This is the book of Jeremiah 30. Oh shoot. Jeremiah 30 verse verse 16. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And that's right. These nations, all of them are going into captivity. We ain't talking about a world where everybody can just live and do what they want to do, where you can love who you want to love. You can. I got that from Kamala Harris. She said it today at the Democratic convention. We ain't in a world where everybody's going to have an equal chance and opportunity. The world that's coming is you nations are going into soul captivity, and this is something they scared of. They don't want to go. They don't want to be a part of that. But nigga, what you think? Well, we were just going to suffer and you wasn't? Like the Lord's just going to forget about our suffering and give you a place of comfort? Nah, buddy. You going into captivity. Okay? You're every one of them. Not some of them. Not just Esau. Every one of them. Okay? I'm going, and you're going to be spoiled. Just like we were spoiled. You're going to be plundered. And y'all going to be prey. Just like we're prey in this society. We're going to be able to do what we want with you nations, man. It's still going to be righteousness, but we're going to be able to do what we want with y'all. And y'all going to have no power. You're going to have no say-so. Yep. You read it? Verse 17.
I was going to say, y'all motherfuckers wanted equality? Well, we're going to give you minimum. The minimum we're going to give you is equal captivity like you gave unto us. And we'll give you an extra just because we're nice.
Yeah, brother, that's right.
Verse 17, it says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Sion, whom no man seeketh after.
And that's why they do what they want to do against us, man. You know, they give you these empty gestures of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? They treat you like shit. They don't care because they like, and nobody's seeking after y'all, you know. But the Lord said He's gonna restore our health. He's gonna restore health unto us and heal us of our wounds, man. You know, it's always the scriptures keep time and time again talking about the restoration of Israel, the restoration of Jacob, the Lord's people, the Lord's people, the Lord's people, the Lord's people. But you people can't get it. You don't understand it. This because the Lord ain't forgot about us. This because the Lord is with us, man. If we're with Him.
That's right.
You got it, brother.
Verse 18, and it says restoration of Jacob. It says, thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the places shall remain after the manner thereof.
Yeah, so ain't nobody gonna take us out of power. We're gonna be there. It's gonna be established. When a house is built, it don't move. Well, that's what we're gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And it's gonna be a perpetual dwelling place, man, for our people, whether it be us or whether it be our sons or our grandsons or thousands of generations after, man. It's gonna be an everlasting kingdom.
It's never gonna fade, bro, because we're gonna be right with our power. We're gonna be 100% righteous, all of us, every Israelite. You take the worst Israelite today, as much as we hate niggas, guess what? They're gonna be extremely righteous. And nigga Jay-Z, as terrible as he is, that nigga's gonna be righteous. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a citizen of Israel. You know what I'm saying? All these wicked niggas that y'all see and exalting this world, the Lord's gonna change them. Just like He's changing us right now. But it starts with the elect. So ain't none of us gonna be able to go off. So guess what? We're gonna be perpetually open into the blessings, man. And we got the tree of life, which is the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we're gonna have eternal immortality. We ain't gonna be able to die. So what? We're gonna have? We're gonna live, brother. We're gonna live, bro. And that's because that promise go all the way back to our forefathers, bro. Even before the earth was ever created, before the foundations were set, before Yahweh created Yahushua, He already knew what He was going to do. When He created Yahushua, He created all of these things, and Yahushua created the angels, and everything that you see and don't see, even the heavens. You got it, bro.
That's right. That's why the scriptures say that the elect were predestined from before the foundations of the earth were created, man. So the Lord already knew, what was gonna happen. Well, it's His story anyway, and we just letting the people know what's happening, man. Whether you like it or not, you heathens is going into captivity, man. Just like we had to go through this punishment, like the scriptures say, those that were not meant to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and thou he who shall altogether go unpunished. No, man, you heathen nations, especially Esau, Edom, you're not gonna go unpunished for all the things that you have done against Yahweh Shem Yahushua and against His people, man. You're gonna have to pay for everything you did
in full and double.
That's right, with interest and everything.
With that usury that you put on us, man. First, it's going to start with your crown of joy, America being destroyed. Once this place is destroyed, that's it. The economic system is already in shambles, but it's really going to be in shambles. That whole the digital system that you created, it's going to be gone. It's not going to be able to stand in that day. And no, you're not going to have the power to influence nations. You super elite, I'm talking to you. You're not going to have the power to influence nations anymore. All that's left for you is captivity. You're going to be the first fruits of it. We deal with the average Edomite and heathen every day. Some people are nothing in the sight of the Lord. They don't even matter. This message goes out to you super elite, from one elite to another. Lord, when we part of the elect. We're telling you that, hey, you're going into captivity. You're going to be destroyed. It is going to happen. Your power is going to be taken from you. You will be made naked. That's in the Bible. That's in the scriptures. This is what you want to outlaw, right? And it start with you super elite Edomites, which are from the tribe of Amalek. They gotta go. You gotta go, man. You're the worst managers of the earth. You don't care about this planet because you didn't have no part in creating it. When you create something, you don't destroy it openly. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you take your time to build it up. You know what I'm saying? It is the Lord put the spirit on the elect to build this place up, and you destroyed it like it was nothing. You oppress people, particularly the Lord's people. You know what I'm saying? And then you push all this idolatry and falsehoods to have us believing that your narrative is a true narrative, and it's not. So you got to go.
That's right.
And all the nations that follow behind you, they going right along with you. And when this place is destroyed, all of our people that follow you, they're going to be destroyed right along with this place. But they're going to be good. They coming back in the kingdom. And they're going to be all right. But you done it. You got it. That was it.
That's right. That was pretty much it for what I had.
Man. So we changed the lesson. I changed the lesson titles. When we turn back to the Lord, He will remember us. You know what I'm saying? So it started off with we are pressed on all sides. I'm sure we'll revisit that probably tomorrow. We'll all three of us get together. We'll revisit that. And we'll go into more detail. But we hope you were edified. We hope you got something out of this. I'll end it off with the scripture that the brother Mahala Yahweh, Ephesians 1:4, according to as He have chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love, having predestinated us to the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will, to the praise of the glory of His grace, wherein He have made us accepted in the beloved. And that's right. And He made us accepted in His Son, Yahweh Shai. We've been scattered. We've been put to the corners of the earth, but the Lord have remembered us, and He have brought us back, and He has adopted us back as sons of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, starting with the men as well as the daughters. We got women that are part of the elect who've been readopted back. We all come out of Israel. We all come out of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the line. You know, like they got in these Marvel movies, they have these different timelines, and they got people called anchors of the timeline, that if these people are necessary to the timeline so it can coexist, well, we as the Israelites are necessary to the world timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the Lord didn't forget us. So with that, we give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh. Should double honor to the apostles and shalom to the next. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.